Always work on the inner child.
So, I think one important thing to understand is, first of all, society is corrupt. Can we agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is the society, the world that we live in is a corrupt world. And we created this society, we contributed, you and I created, my relationship with you created this society. So I am the society in that sense, right? And then, I think in true spiritual journey, when one is aware of this, then one will say, I will step out of this corruption, I will step out of this society. What they think about me has the importance. Though there is some importance, as I explained, what they think about me has the importance. So I'm not going to live my life based on what they will think about me. They are corrupt themselves. They say this here, and behind the curtains they do other things and say other things, right? So I am not going to shape my life based on what the society will think about. That's for sure. I think that attitude is a good start for spirituality. That means I'm going to walk alone, inwardly. I'm not going to depend on society or what they think about me, whether they love me or they don't love me. I don't need that. So we are breaking apart from that corrupt society.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I will stand on my own feet. I don't need their anything. Energetically. I will be in relationship with society. Right? I'm not going to isolate myself. I will be in relationship, but psychologically I'm not going to depend on what they think about. It has no importance for me at all. I am going to be a light unto myself.
Mm-hmm.
I will look within me, I will see the things within me, I will correct them if necessary, right? But what the society thinks is little importance. There is some importance, but little importance. Because generally it's a corrupt and confused society.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, right?
Yeah.
So, from there, one will move. One mustn't depend in the spiritual journey on what the others think about oneself. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So then in this case, the worthiness question, did it find some answer? Am I being worthy? If you are on the spiritual path and you grow in this path, you begin to have love in your heart, you are the most worthy human being in this world. It doesn't matter what they think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Their society will value other humans based on certain stupid things. I also give the example sometimes like somebody homeless, for instance, right? For most part of the society, that's a loser. That's how they value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that homeless person one day walks on the street, finds a lottery ticket, and he got $10 million. What happens?
He's a winner.
Oh, he becomes such a successful man, such an intelligent, smart man. Same people who said he's a loser yesterday will be around that man the next day. For what? What did he do? He didn't do anything apart from finding a lottery. This is the society we are talking about. So who cares what they think? Right? Isn't that so?
Great example.
Yeah, this is what society is. They judge you based on such and such, how much money you have, how much success you have, how much this and how. They never look at your heart. That's the truth. Most of the society. Right? Therefore, I don't want that society. Huh? So who cares what they think about it? But they programmed us so terribly that we must really meet their expectations, meet the expectations of society. I don't want to meet the expectations of society. It's a corrupt society. I'll walk my own path. Right?
Yep.
I will stand on my own feet. So,
But it's somehow easier to look like what society wants because at least you can see the path of what they want. But while you by yourself, I don't know like what for me what I want. I know at least like that path, like where it will lead me if I follow that path. But if I'm like,
So it's secure.
yeah, it's secure.
Yes, but
and-
you know why it will need you? You are going to be one of the members of society, corrupt, confused, right?
Mhm.
That is the path they are on.
Yeah, but the problem is that I don't know my own path.
Then, of course,
Because that path is the only one. I think.
that path is the only one. But here we are talking about another path. This is not the path that I invented. This is the path, I would say, the great, clear, enlightened philosophers and perhaps saints have talked about.
Mhm.
This is the path within your heart. Right?
Mhm.
Obviously, they talked about this. They talked about something entirely different. What did Jesus talk about? What did Buddha talk about? Right? What did Rumi talk about? They didn't talk about this society's path. They talked about an entirely different path, which is the true spirituality. Right? So yes, 99% is on that path. I know that. So it's not easy for me to, at the beginning especially, to even think that 99% is on the wrong path, including me. There is only 1%, maybe even less, going to the other direction, and they say, look my friend, you're on the wrong path. And I look around and 99 people are in on that direction. And I say, you are on the wrong path just because 99 people is on that path. But look at the world we live in. It's such a corrupt, ugly world. There are wars, killings, and all those kind of stuff. That means they are on the wrong path. Right? So you can step out. It's not easy because we have been on that path for such a long time. We are programmed to walk on that path. It's a very radical thing to get out of that. But if we want a true meaning in life, we have to step out of that path. There is no meaning there. Little meaning. If you are in that path, there is little meaning.
Yeah, but I guess my question is, I'm not questioning that path is bad.
Yes.
From my experience, I can tell that probably like trying to like achieve someone else's goals is not like it's not what I want to do all my
Yes.
life. But my own path is still vague for me. I don't probably like if I think okay, I don't want to work on that job. Let's say that I'm working because it was maybe my mom wanted me to work on that
Yes.
job. So I'll quit the job. And then my passion is writing lyrics,
Yes.
for example. So I start writing lyrics. I don't
Yes.
have food
Yes.
to buy. I don't have like place to rent in
Yes,
this case because
yes,
that
yes,
job. So
yes.
and I will feel devastated at that moment.
Okay.
And so I'll be trying to get back to that. Like I just don't.
I understand. I was talking about firstly the moral values of society, to discard that rather than how to make a living. That's another thing. That also we can go into this. But I was mostly talking about the moral values of society. I say reject that.
Yeah, I see.
Say I won't take your moral values
Yeah.
that you dictate upon me. You are ugly, you are corrupt, and I don't want that. I want to find out something else, right? Because there are some individuals, so-called enlightened people, as we said, they talked about another part, not being corrupt within, right? To be really a good human being, to love another human being, right? Because they don't love. It's obvious they don't love.
Yeah.
It's a brutal word there. There is no love there. They pretend, they talk about love. But there is no actual love. The love that we talked about yesterday, unconditional, it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, I will say I don't want that.
I see.
I want to find out. So I was talking mostly about this aspect. But when it comes to making a living, yes, there is a difficulty there. For me to get out of society, in that sense, may take some time. Because I need to make a living. So, but when I start this inner journey of true spirituality, it's inevitable, I will have less confusion in my mind. I will have more clarity and intelligence. Because I'm watching now, I am understanding my mind, thought process, and I am eliminating all this negativity, all those kind of wastage of energy and everything, right? That's what we have been talking about. So when you eliminate all those, then you are becoming naturally less confused with more energy, and more intelligence. Then, with that, you will slowly find out a different way of making a living. You may or you may not make a lot of money. That's something we don't know. But you can also physically step out of society as well, apart from psychological stepping out. Physically in the sense financially. Offer society something like we are offering, for instance, right? But still somehow not getting lost in that kind of destructive way of making a living.
Well, and it doesn't happen overnight. So
It
like
does happen
the
overnight,
lyrics
yes.
thing, then you start writing
Yes.
2 hours a day,
Yes,
set
yes,
aside
yes,
time, and you
yes.
just make that,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and then
Yes.
if it's flowing and it feels good,
Yes.
then you continue that, and if it doesn't, then you realize, was that just a dream I made up,
Yes.
or is this something that I should pursue? And normally when you do follow your dreams and it feels good and like you're in the flow, then things just start attracting to you that have to do with that. So maybe you get a phone call and someone says, I need you to write this. Or you get, you know, and there's like little hints that like come along. At least that's what's
Yes.
happened to me
Yes,
when I
yes,
stopped
yes.
drinking.
Yes.
It was like I got things coming at me that I didn't do anything. And people, and I mean, it's been amazing. And I'm basically going against society because 99% of people drink,
Yes.
and it is a major part of at least the community that I'm in and the family members and whatever it is. And so I went against the grain. I stopped, but then everything came into flow for me personally. Didn't have anything to do with society.
Yes. So yes, so you will start that process. That's important. It's going to take time, as you said, but you are starting that process now, both psychologically moving away from society and financially as well. This is a process, but now you started this process. Because until now I didn't start that process, so I'm still with the flow of that society. I'm lost in that. Now I am slowly getting out of it. I am taking that first step. That's important. And it's worth it. In my personal experience, I can guarantee. And at the beginning, it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me either, right? Because we are so heavily conditioned to walk with that society, to be one of the members of that 1%. But then slowly I realized the truth is they are on the wrong path. And they conditioned me to walk on that wrong path from childhood, basically. That's why I wasted lots of years of my life because of that stupid condition. I could start my journey in terms of making a living too, finding out what I love to do in life much earlier, so that I wouldn't suffer. I suffered for at least maybe 7-8 years for no reason during the university years, because I went to a school which I didn't like, but there was more job opportunities and all those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
But if I had some wise people around me, wise parents and all those, because they are also conditioned that way, then I wouldn't really suffer for no reason. I suffered, but I took a step out, and I understood, and it wasn't easy at the beginning, but once you see that's the truth, it's inevitable you will step out. Because otherwise you will waste your life in a path like that. And suffering also is inevitable.